Hey friends, my name is Alan Lee and I aspire to teach other handymen how to create a successful handyman business or take their business to the next level so that it runs entirely without them. Hey friends, today on the Handyman Journey we are going to be talking about how to respond to a bad review. Now it's a crazy thing and people might be saying, I don't have a bad review, I'm never going to get a bad review. I would say get over it, and you are most likely sometime in your business career going to get a bad review. So whether you have 50 bad reviews or 0 bad reviews, this video is for you, and I'm excited to deliver this awesome content to you. Okay, so first things first, we talk a lot about mentality here at the Handyman Journey and how there are two different types of mentality. There's the victim mentality and the champion mentality. Us as humans, I'm going to tell you right now, we all default to the victim mentality. Yes, even me, even millionaires, even billionaires, even zillionaires, they default to the victim mentality. The challenge is to overcome that and look and live into the champion mentality. That's what we need to do as business owners. So when someone leaves us a bad review, man, there's no more powerful time to want to live in the victim mentality. Because oftentimes us as humans, when people call us out on something, especially if it's true, something inside of us stirs up and we just want to lash back. We want to attack them. We want to bark at them. We want to get mad at them. We want to, we just want to explode at people who call us out for who we really are, okay? One of the greatest fears as humans is the fear of being found out. And to be found out of something that we actually are scared of, right? Maybe we, deep down inside of us, right, way past our ego, look way past who we portray ourselves to be. We all fear that. We all know that we don't know everything. We all know that we are insecure in some areas. We all know that we aren't good at certain things and we are really good at other things, right? It's the masks that we put on that portray ourselves to be know-it-alls or to be wise guys or to have everything all together. We may put on that facade and that mask of looking like we have everything together, but really we don't. So when someone calls us out, especially in a bad review, and it shows our weakness, it shows where we're lacking, we have the tendency to fall into that victim mentality and want to lash back, to try and protect ourselves. This is what we need to overcome when when we get a bad review, right? Just think about yourself. When you are looking up restaurants, businesses, whatever you're interested in, when you go online and look that up, even if it's play sets, right? Say you're going on Amazon, you want to buy a play set for your kids, or you want to buy a hairbrush, or you want to buy something on Amazon. You go to the reviews. Everyone reads reviews, okay? Now, what happens if there's a bad review? Well, sometimes people would look at that and be like, well, they have one bad review, and they're out of here. No, that's not how people act. People look at all the reviews, and they make a conscious decision based on all of the reviews. There's going to be some people that get extremely turned off by one bad review, depending on how bad it is, but we have a way of countering that. We are business owners. We have an extreme power, and I'm going to share that with you. And that is called responding in a respectful manner. Responding from the championship mentality. Not responding from the victim mentality, but the championship mentality. When someone leaves you a bad review, you as the business owner, I'm telling you right now, every single review you get, even if they're good, you need to be responding to them. And if you don't, you need to get online right now, go to Yelp, go to Google, go to Facebook, and start responding to your reviews, even the good ones. Because when people look through your reviews and they see that you're active and you're responding and you're energetic, that shows them even more of what personality, what integrity your business has. And especially if someone leaves you a bad review, I'll tell you right now, I've gotten my fair share of bad reviews. Some of them have been unwarranted, people that I haven't even worked for, and some of them have been warranted. They've been straight up my failures, my weaknesses. People have called me out on things that I lack on. And as a business owner, in that championship mentality, all we can do is say, you're right. I screwed up on that. Honestly, that's something that I struggle with, and I appreciate you calling me out on that, but that's not how our businesses want to interact with clients. So I really appreciate you bringing that to my attention, and that is something that's going to go on the top of my priority list to work on. Okay? That's what clients want to hear. Imagine if you went to a restaurant and someone said, someone said, man, or you went to look at reviews for a restaurant and someone said, man, the waiter staff was just horrible. They took forever. They never came and refreshed our water. Okay, that's a common thing. You see that, and then there's no reply to it. How does that make you feel? Well, for me, it makes me feel like, wow, this way, it sounds like this waiter staff doesn't have anything going on. Obviously, the business doesn't care because they didn't reply, so maybe we only want to go there if we have a lot of time or if we really love the food. Maybe we don't just want to go there if we're, just trying to get some quick food and get out of there. But if the restaurant owner was to reply to that same review that said, man, the wait staff was horrible, they took forever, they didn't refresh our water, imagine seeing right below that review from the owner. Says, thank you so much for your honest review, and I apologize for that. We have really been lacking in the sense of training up our wait staff, and that is something that we are going to work on. So the next time you come into our restaurant, it will be better, I guarantee it. And if it's not, here's my phone number to give me a call. You give me a call, or better yet, probably an email address because you don't want people calling you in the middle of the night. Here's my email address. Send me an email if you have this same issue next time you come in. So what you want to do when someone attacks your business, when someone leaves you a bad review, you want to own it, okay? Because most of the time when people leave us a bad review, it's warranted, right? If it's not warranted, that's a whole nother story, but you also need to operate from that championship mentality and always take the high road. So I told you before that I've had my fair share of bad reviews, but I cannot tell you how many jobs and clients I have gotten that have told me, I called you specifically because of that bad review and the way that you responded to it. That has been astronomical because it really shows the power of this response and living in this championship mentality, right? So it's very, very, very important to be responding to every single review and doing it from a championship mentality and owning your stuff. That's what we're called to be, is we are leaders and business owners. And if you caught that when I took the example of the restaurant owner going in and responding to the bad review, he didn't say, you're right, we had some horrible waiters on staff and they just absolutely horrible, we fired them and that won't happen again. He did not say that. The other huge thing about being a leader is taking responsibility. In that example, the restaurant owner said, you are so right. We have really been lacking in training our wait staff, and that won't happen again. He put the blame on him, okay? As leaders, as business owners, we are not to push the blame on our employees. We are not to push the blame back on the clients. We are to take the blame on ourselves and become better people, because at the end of the day, you cannot change anyone but yourself. Okay? This is hard stuff to learn, but this is stuff that we teach every single day at the Handyman Journey, and I absolutely love it. We got one guy that's in our Business Builders membership that he's like, hey man, I'm definitely not where you guys are at, and I can't start applying the things that you're talking about hiring employees or things like that because I'm just not there yet. He just started his business about 5 months ago, but he's like, I'm so excited because when I get there, I'm going to be a million steps ahead because I've already heard all this stuff for months and months and months. So I'm so excited for that. And that's what it's all about. So maybe you're not in this position yet to hear this word about replying to a bad review. But once you get to that point, you will recall this training and be able to use those skills that you have. So remember, at the end of the day, through every single thing you do, you have two choices. You can live in the victim mentality or the champion mentality. And where it's at as leaders and business owners is the champion mentality. Imagine if you went to that same restaurant and checked out their review that said, man, the waitstaff was horrible, they didn't refresh my water, and you saw a response from the business owner that said, F you, man, don't ever come back to our restaurant. Right? I mean, what does that look like? Obviously, that restaurant owner in that scenario got a little defensive and operated out of his victim mentality, right? So there's two different ways that you can respond. And the first response is going to get those people back to that restaurant. I guarantee it. The second response is that person's never going to come back to that restaurant, and anyone who reads that response will never, ever step foot in that restaurant. Because when people come into a restaurant, when people call your handyman business, they want to work with someone who has integrity and is willing to own their stuff, right? I can't tell you how many times I've been honest with clients, especially about work that I don't do or I don't feel comfortable doing, And they actually respect me more coming out of that conversation, because they're like, hey man, I really appreciate you, telling me that this isn't your forte and you referred me to someone else. Like, that's top notch. And those people oftentimes go and leave me a good review. So this has been an amazing video. I hope you guys took notes. Go back, watch this video again, and start applying it. Live in that champion mentality. If you are interested or know anyone that's interested in handyman business training, specifically business, I would love to get in contact with those people. If you could send me an email at handymanjourney@gmail.com. I am so passionate about creating successful, sustainable handyman businesses that run on their own. So thank you all so much for tuning into this video. Like this video, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day.